Akkor megnézzük ezt a Fabled Woods nevű játékot. Mivel ez egy új videóként fog felkerülni, úgyhogy akkor a sziasztok VOD nézők, sziasztok nézők, úgyhogy ez is szintén felkerül a YouTube csatornára, úgyhogy nyilván itt meg fogom vágni a történetet. Nézzük meg ezt az indit, ez még belefér. Új játék. Nem tudom, hogy most... Mondjuk ez azt hiszem gépi magyarosítás, úgyhogy nem biztos, hogy 100%-os lesz, de... Jobb, mint a semmi. Van még egy, de az hosszabb lenne, úgyhogy abban most nem állunk vele, majd maximum a hónapi napba belefér, de... Az se gáz a következő este után. Hát akkor inkább az előző játékot folytatnám ma este.
A visitor? What do I say? It's been so long since I've had company. Oh, it's you. What a surprise. Not a lot of other folks come and visit these parts. I should have known. You should already know me, but just in case, my name's Larry. I was here to be closer to my son, William. Every time I came back to these woods, I could feel him again. If only I could tell him how sorry I am. That's enough about me. We're here for you. These woods hold the answers to your questions. Everything will be explained soon. And this time, please pay attention.
Csak sima indie game lenne, nem horror. Majd kiderül. Azt hiszem horrort írtak. Egy olyan csomagban néztem. Mindegy. Körbe lesünk, megnézzük, hogy mi a helyzet. Jó, porzás éneke, ja? Igen. Remélem ez a csodálatos gitárszóló, ez semmiféle copyrightos téma. Erre nem fogunk tudni menni. Mi? Ez vér lenne?
I'm so happy we decided to go camping. It's so peaceful in the woods.
Igen? Annyira békés az erdőben? Hát... Nem tudom, hogy milyen játék, gyerekek, úgyhogy...
I'm sorry life has become such a mess.
Sajnálom, hogy az életem zűrzavaros lett.
What are you doing? Let go of him! Leave us alone! Stop! Stop!
Ennél közelebben nem is rakhatta volna ezt a nézet. Nem nagyon értem, hogy mi lenne itt a lényeg most. Vaj. Mi van itt? Miért? De mit miért? Na, jó. Várjátok. Nem bízok én itt ebbe a nagy zenevonálba.
William's axe. I remember taking him to town, letting him choose his first axe. Once we got back to the cabin, he couldn't stop trying to cut down every tree in the woods. There'd be nights it would get so quiet, all you'd hear are the birds and the sound of that axe like a heartbeat outside.
Megint ott a szarvas. Másik gamehez képest ez azért elég laposnak tűnik. Egy X. Kabin billentyű. Na hát.
Have you ever
tessék.
found yourself feeling like you're being watched? I decided to go to the lake and catch some fish for dinner one night. I had caught a couple when I got this sense that something was watching me. I know bears roam these parts, but this was not a bear. I could feel it across the lake staring at me. I got up, reeled the line in, grabbed the fish, and went inside. I've never felt like that before. The place feels so empty without William, but it's held up well over the years.
Jöttem, el lehet rakni. Na mi van már? William, meg apu. Hank. Hát a textúrákat nem sikerült lefordítani. Tartalék szobavid, jó. Vannak bajok. Jézus. Ja, ez még hozzá kellett volna piszkálni.
Why can't I have peace?
Miféle békét?
I miss him so much. Why don't you let me leave this place? That machete was no use. I should have left this place when I found that cabin. I knew what I felt wasn't right. I just didn't know that night would be my last. I didn't know what it was, but what I saw in that cage had come for me. Whoever made that thing must have known I went to the police. This is where my story ends, drunk and scared in a corner. Is this how William felt? Alone and scared? Your story carries on. You must learn the tales of these woods. They're what's holding us back. We all live with our actions, our consequences. But do you? Go now. There's someone else who would like to see you.
Mi az Isten? Még egy csontváz. Igen.
You're back? Not again. I guess we'll start where we always do. I'm Sarah. I came out to these woods to get away, much like Larry. While I didn't lose a son, I did take one away. You see, I'm a forensic archaeologist. I dig up bones for a living, and I'm quite good at it. Until my last case, my evidence put the wrong man behind bars. I'm out here to solve a cold case, make what I did right. Come on, there's not much daylight left.
És különböző emberek idejöttek az erdőbe. Különböző sztorikkal. Hogy itt mire gondolt a készítő, arra azért kíváncsi lennék. Semmi. Gondolom ide jöttünk.
The first place I dug. Being an archaeologist, you learn over time to never expect anything on your first attempt. It's like waving a magnet at a haystack in the vague hope you'll find the needle, but you have to start somewhere, and for me, this was it. I didn't find much, although it was nice to rule out the area.
Szóval valójában nem is sok mindent talált. Év.
My office. I spent a lot of time here. More than I did at home, I guess.
Többet, mint otthon.
My first case, an adolescent homicide. Sometimes it's easier to use the official wording than to say outright someone killed a kid and left their body on a roof. I spent so many hours in that chair trying to figure it out.
Kamaszgyilkosság. És akkor ráadásul rossz emberül a rácsak mögött az ő hülyesége miatt. Aha.
How I found out I put the wrong man in prison. The DNA didn't match, but that didn't matter. He's already behind bars, and our justice system is not about to make itself look bad. My superiors look at me with disappointment. They know what I did, and that there's nothing that can be done.
DNS eredmények. Szara. Ez egy szégyen. A fellebbezés, hogy a nemrégiben történt DNS vizsgálat eredményeit megismételjék, visszaérkezett. A DNS nem egyezik. Tudja, hogy ez mit jelent? Az osztály számára? Az ön karrierjére? A bírónak nagy napja lesz ezzel, ha egyáltalán meghallgatja az ügy eredményét. Lehet, hogy rossz embert juttatott az életfogytiglani börtönbe. Ráállítjuk magát a Woods ügyre. Ez egy egyszerű ásatás lesz, voltak jelentések eltűnt emberekről, de csontok nélkül. Menj, keresd meg a csontjaikat, és kérem győződj meg róla, hogy emberek. Lehet, hogy mi... Hiszem, hát... Jó, nem tudunk. Győződjünk meg róla, hogy emberek. Komplex csontvádat elég nehéz összetéveszteni egy állattal szerintem.
What the hell? Who did this? My office, all my things, my papers, my files. Years of my life are in here. All my cases, everything I ever worked on, all scattered and messed up. Who would do this? And why?
Hát figyelj, ez kicsit több beleéléssel kéne, mert szerintem ez így nem túl hiteles, ez a szinkronhang.
So many pieces. Sometimes it's only when you step back and take a look at the whole tableau that you can make sense of where each individual fragment belongs, what it all means. But you, I could never make sense of you. And now this? How dare you?
Nincs család, nincs barát. Munka. Bazd meg. Valahol el lehet olvastatni a szöveget, valahol nem. Nem lesz életem indie játéka ez se. Most átadottunk a túloldalra.
Truth be told, seeing the wrong man behind bars really made me question my ability. I put what I found into evidence and finalized a man's life. I should have checked it, but instead I was in a rush. I was foolish. Nothing here either except animal bones. Again. I remember finding it a little odd that I never once caught sight of a deer or anything that they could have come from. Strange. I thought, given how disturbed the topsoil was, I might be onto something. Unfortunately, another dead end.
Amúgy maga a helyszín az jó. Varjú, levegőbe áll. Semmi.
The strangest thing happened one morning while I was digging. I started to feel something watching me. I'm not crazy, but we've all had those moments. This felt too real. I haven't seen any animals in the woods. What could be out there? I kept digging, but that feeling lingered. I stood up, looked around, but I couldn't see anything. I should have left, gone home for the day and never come back. I was too focused on solving the case. After a while, the feeling went away, and I got on with my digging. Didn't that scare me? Guess not. I just kept going.
Biztos folytattam volna. Kim vagyok az erdő közepén egyedül, és érzem, hogy valami figyel engem. Na hát ez... És vagy paranoiás, érted, vagy valódi az érzés, és akkor... Ki a tökön fog rajtad segíteni, de már nem azért ez egy huszé. Honnan jöttem? Hát... Ja, innen. Arra. Amúgy a helyszín jó. Hát a sztori az egyelőre nem nyeri a tetszésemet, de majd kiderül. Meg ez a csaj egy kicsit hitelesebben is előadhatná a dolgokat.
I was kind of starting to freak out by this point. I needed to solve this case. Thinking back, it was stupid of me to think I would find the answers so quickly. I was rushing again. If I wasn't careful, I could lose my job, put another person away that doesn't deserve it. But they had to be out here somewhere, and if I wasn't finding them, where else could they be?
Turn around. Hoppa, kis fejsze.
How could you do this? Where did you hide them? Please give us peace.
Aha.
Ironic, for someone so used to discovering and excavating lost bodies, that I'd become one myself. For all the years I spent unearthing bodies, it seems unfair somehow that mine ended up like this. Just laid out in the open, broken and discarded. Maybe I deserved this. I was fooled by the beauty of these woods. I only hope that you can find the answers you need, that everything that happened was not in vain. Push forwards, but prepare yourself. You stand on the verge of a terrible darkness.
Mi a fasz? Itt egy farkas. Na, most egy kicsit felcsigázott vagyok be. Na, most mi van? Hallom, hogy lépked a karakterre, így se kép, se hang. Na, ilyenkor mi a helyzet? Próbálom forgatni a kamerát.
You're here, finally. Let me tell you a story. You'll like this one. It's about you. Now, I wouldn't call you the hero, but everything in it revolves around you and what you did. You don't remember anything, do you? Of course not. You're a coward. I'd say you disgust me, but, well, it's a little more complicated than that. Come on, through the door. You're so close now. Don't you want to know how all this ends?
De, most, hogy mondod... Mi az Isten van? Na várjál, csinálunk egy ilyet egy játékmentésre. Aha, akkor nem. Mi van? Nem létezik, hogy ez normális egyébként. Itt baktatok a fekete képernyővel. Na jó. Kilépés a főmenübe, igen. Folytatás. Most onnan jöttünk olyan? Vagy innen jöttünk? Nem, akkor innen jöttünk, mert itt voltunk a sziklákjál. Ez mi? Ez valami nagyon elcseszett.
The old lab. So cramped working cheek by jowl with those fools on their useless, stupid little trivialities. Nothing more than distractions. They dismissed my ideas as wrong, then begged my help for their own work. If only they could have seen what I was working on behind their backs. I knew I had to get out before they found out what my little side project was. They wouldn't have understood. They couldn't. I was so very far beyond them.
Úgy semmit nem lehet itt. Jó?
Isolation. Space to breathe, to think, to work. No more dingy little space hidden away from prying eyes. Out here, I am free. It also neatly solves the problem of disposal. When I'm finished with any biological material, human or animal, I simply seal it in a bath of acid and drop it to the bottom of the lake. What I wouldn't give for an incinerator. Still, there are always trade-offs, and I must make do with what I have. A small price to pay.
Ez de beteg. Eltűnt személyek Chris Gort. Élői tudósítója, 28 éves Jessica. Wheeler múlt csütörtökön tűnt el, miután a városon kívüli erdőben túrázni indult. Jelen pillanatban eltűnt személynek tekintik. Nem történt bűncselekmény, utoljára a túra felszerelését viselve látták. Barna csizmát, barna kaki nadrágot és sötétzöld inget viselt. Volt nála egy túrahátizsák is, a városon kívül barátokkal és családtagokkal felvették a kapcsolatot, de egyikünk sem látta őt. Mindig is szeretett túrázni, kimenni az erdőbe, mindig attól tartottunk, hogy valami ilyesmi fog történni, de nem a lányunkkal, mondta Jessica édesanyja, Susan. $1000 díjat ajánlanak fel annak, aki látta és segít megtalálni Jessicát. Na. Hát... Kunyhó billentyű. Ez kurva jó a kulcsot, hogy az Istenbe fordított le billentyűnek. De jó. Hát ebbe a tóba se fürdenék. Hát ez olyan furcsa, tiszta vér, minden lábnyom. Aha, itt a ketec.
Sacrifice. I'd often ask myself if what I was doing was right, was just. Progress demanded sacrifice. Imagine the potential. Cures for cancers, for wasting diseases and childhood afflictions. If I could rid the world of these things, nobody would care about how I did it. I'd be a hero, forever immortalized as one of the true scientific greats.
Komoly bajok vannak a készítő sztoriával. Valakinek nagyon elgurult egy gyógyszere. Bár sok ilyen őrült szaladgál szerintem szabadlábon.
It worked. The experiment. It worked. A breakthrough I could never have dreamed of back under the watchful eye of those fools. I had my doubts back in my old lab, but out here, I felt anything was possible. And I could do absolutely anything.
Sáv, az legalább beleéli magát. Sajnálom, már nem éreztem ugyanezt. 32 éves Nick Rafter és felesége 34 éves Ashley Rafter múlt kedden tűntek el, miközben az erdőben túráztak. Azt mondták a barátaiknak és a családjuknak, hogy péntek reggel visszatérnek. De nem tértek vissza. Az ügyhez közel álló források szerint egy olyan táborhelyet találtak, amely úgy néz ki, mint a verekedés tört volna ki. Úgy ítélték meg, hogy az emberrablásról van szó, és attól tartanak, hogy életveszélyben vannak. Utoljára tűrőruhában, bakancsban és hátizsákban látták őket. Ha bármilyen információval rendelkezik, kérjük hívja a helyi rendőrséget, vagy lépjen kapcsolatba velünk a Daily Read-en. Oh yeah. Újabb eltűnt pár. Ez az elmerodjant meg, öldösi az embereket. Most innen jöttem, vagy onnan? Nem, akkor innen jöttem és oda tartok, jó? Meglátszik, hogy reggel van már.
I didn't have the evidence yet to support my findings. I needed to replicate the experiments. Go further, be bolder. I had no choice, did I? I took another. A man camping with his wife. I needed him. If I hadn't taken him, they might have stumbled on my lab. It's too valuable. I can't stop now. That's what I told myself as I beat the wife to death with a rock. She tried to stop me from taking her husband. Sacrifices had to be made. But I lay awake at night. I couldn't get her face out of my head.
Úristen.
The old man had to die. While he'd been staying in his cabin, he went to the police. I decided to see what effects the grafts would have in terms of aggression and capacity for violence in the subject. Nothing could have prepared me for this.
Mi az anyád? Azt mondja, az öregnek meg kellett halnia. Na, és a csaja miért?
I just want to be left alone. Why do they keep coming? I couldn't let her find out what happened. She didn't deserve this, though. I can't stop it. Can't control it. What have I done? How could I be so wrong? Last night I had a nightmare. I was in the woods. Everything familiar, walking through the trees.
Időben volt
He
neki
was
rémálom.
there, the old man from the cabin. He spoke to me like a friend. Every night now, the same dream, the same path, the same voice. I can't sleep. When I do, I awaken among the trees. She is in them too. Now, the woman, the digger, she's not my friend. She screams at me, but I can't wake up for hours. She knows everything I know. She knows what I did.
Igazából itt csak szépen sétálunk.
When we last spoke, I told you to learn your story, to find answers, to find those stories I couldn't finish.
You wronged us, both of us, in the worst ways imaginable.
But what's done is done. You can't change that. Nobody can. There's no sense in going back and reliving it over and over. The outcome is always the same.
I made a life digging up the past, but now it's time to put it to rest.
You understand now. We couldn't just tell you. We had to let you see.
And now you know what we know. You feel what we feel.
We couldn't rest until we moved on from this. And neither can you.
Over and over again you've lived this, seen this, again and again. You're cursed, can't you see it? The weight of the guilt drags you down and sets you back on that path endlessly. There's only one way this ends, but for us, it already has.
What you did was awful. But you know that now. You feel the truth burning inside you. An animal you must set free.
Acknowledge what you did. End the cycle. Move on. And know peace.
We
forgive you.
Thoughts?
Again, the same dance, the same steps? Why? You know all this. You've known it all along. And yet every time you choose to forget, to wake once more among the trees, to relive your nightmare, our nightmare, you push the truth away, refuse it, so much so it's become me. But I don't exist. Only you do. You and all you've done. Enough of this. You can't keep walking that path like a stranger. You can't keep choosing to forget as you have. It's starting to break down. The dream, your memories, keep pushing through, taking her voice, my voice, your voice. It's time. You can't do this again. Walk that path again. It has to end. And here's where it finally stops. You can't keep turning your back on what you did. You can't keep lying to yourself. Just stop. Stop. Only you can make the choice. So what will it be?
Geniál. Megtagadjuk, hogy elfogadjuk. Mind a kettő fekete.
Nobody should live in hate and sadness forever. By choosing the love of those you wronged, you allow them to let go and move on in peace. And so too shall you.
Érdekes játék volt. Na jó, srácok. 5:51, én már nem kezdek bele semmi komolyabbba, úgyhogy elköszönök. Úgyhogy maximum este találkozunk. Úgyhogy ennyi volt ez a... Hát gondolom a másik véglet, gondolom kétféle vége lehetett a játéknak. Tehát most ja, nem mentettünk, úgyhogy nem hiszem, hogy így jön oda rakna vissza. Hogy megnézzük a másik végét, de nem is volt egy nagy volumenű játék. De maga a témakör a végére az elég érdekes volt, szóval amit boncolgatott. Kicsivel több energiát is fektethetett volna a dologba az illető, de a helyszín az nem lett volna rossz, meg a sztori se, ha kicsit jobban elmélyíti. Na mindegy. Ez a szerény véleményem. Na, sziasztok!